Welcome back as always, guys. Once again, a nice big cup of proof there is a God. He does love us and He wants us to be happy. Thank you, Lord. Good stuff. Alright. You guys know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I have went on about having your medical supplies. We also went on about, while it's important to have all the trauma type supplies, pressure bandages, chest seals, your tourniquets, all that stuff, you absolutely got to have it. Thing that is all too often overlooked, and I just don't see that many people talking about it. The few that I see mention it in passing mention it as a joke and laugh about it. And I'm here to tell you, it's no joke and it's no laughing matter. And that is to what everybody considers a boo-boo kit, right? I'm probably sounding like the outlier here, but I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to have the supplies and the ability to take care of simple injuries, cuts, scrapes, dings, etc. I can with probably 98% certainty guarantee you you're going to use those things both in daily life right now and post the world's just gone to heck in a handbasket times more often than you are your traumatic stuff. I can just about guarantee it. Dying from a cut that gets infected and there's no way to treat the infection is a very slow, agonizing, painful way to go. You must have these sort of things stocked up, because when the day comes, when, not if, when the day comes that you're actually having to get out and do stuff all the time and there ain't no way of getting anything fixed, that briar that you get cut on moving through the woods could kill you. You gotta have a way to treat it right then on the spot. Am I going on about this? Yes, I am, because I think it's important. It's very important. That said, I've showed you guys in the past a couple of different boo-boo kits. I've showed you how I've put some of mine together. I've related to you that I've already even used mine. And the time that from when I made those videos to just within a couple of weeks, I dove into mine more than once for myself, for my son, my youngest son, for my wife. I've already had to buy stuff to resupply what I used out of it already. It's a thing, I'm telling you. So that said, I haven't found one yet that I felt was an ideal kit. Some good starters that you could add stuff to and kind of make it your own. But in looking around, I found that Refuge Medical has a boo-boo kit. Now, if you haven't seen it already, go back and look at the couple of videos I already did on the Refuge SOB kit. I'm familiar with their stuff. It's good stuff. That's not even in question. But I saw they had a boo-boo kit. And in full disclosure, up front, I contacted them and was like, hey, is there any way I could get one of these from you guys to check out, and if I like it, show it off to my viewers? They were kind enough to send it to me, which I sincerely appreciate them doing that. So, just telling you all that up front. This is, if I can hold on to it, Refuge Medical Boo-Boo Kit. Now you'll already notice, compared to some others that I've shown you, this is a lot bigger. There's more stuff in here. let's see if it's applicable stuff. First off, it's just a simple zippered pouch. It's got 2 webbing loops on the end. Good stuff. You guys know I sew for a living. One of the first things I look at with something like this is how's it made, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's nothing that I would do if I were making this pouch myself that I would do differently as far as the quality of the construction of the pouch. So there's that. We got that out of the way up front, right? And since I'm horrible at trying to remember stuff at this age, what was your name again? It's getting whiter by the day, according to my wife. For some reason, she loves reminding me of that. I don't know why. Humor or something. Anyway, got a list here of what's in this kit. First off, it's available in 5 different colors. You got black, coyote, ranger green, multicam. That's 4. There's one other. I think it's like a bright red, bright red one. Here's the contents, and we'll open it up and go through this in a minute. You got 4 burn gel packets, 4 triple antibiotics, 4 antiseptic wipes, 4 sting relief, 4 iodine wipes, some nitrile gloves, a roll of surgical tape, 2-inch flat duct tape, 2 2-inch roll gauze, 2 5x9 gauze pads, 4 2-packs of 4x4 gauze pads, 4 2-packs of 3x3 gauze pads, 4 2-packs of 2x2 gauze pads, a sheet of 10 1/4-inch by 4-inch steri strips, a sheet of 6 1/2-inch by 4-inch steri strips, a 10-pack of Splinter Outs, 10 fingertip adhesive bandages, 10 knuckle bandages, and 10 1x3 bandages, and a Sharpie marker. I don't even have to open this to tell you that's a good setup. I would go out in the woods and do what I got to do, like I always do, and feel perfectly fine taking that with me. As it is, just like it is. They've got things covered in there that other people don't, that I'm just a huge fan of. For example, the multiple different sizes of gauze pads. Sometimes a Band-Aid don't always fix it. But you know what? Having a 3-inch by 3-inch gauze pad for that long scrape that I get on the freaking wait a minute vines that we've got, maybe you don't, you're lucky if you don't, count your blessings and say a thanks, because they suck. They get their name because as you pass within 14 feet of them, they reach out, grab a hold of any exposed skin you have, and say, wait a minute. It's a thing. Believe me. Having those different size gauze pads that a Band-Aid won't necessarily cover, but I can smear some antibiotic ointment on it right then, put that gauze pad over it, wrap some tape around it, and Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. The only thing I like better than tape is Coflex that you can wrap around, and it down here when you're sweating and nasty and dirty, it tends to work a little better, but that's neither here nor there. Having things like that in there is a big deal. They've actually got something in there that I've been in the process of ordering to add to my own kits that nobody else is doing, and that's the 10-pack of the Splinter Outs. If you don't think a splinter can affect your performance, you're wrong. A splinter can do a lot of things to you, both from a pain standpoint, a mental standpoint, an aspect of distracting you from being 100% focused on what you're doing, and from that could get infected. A lot of our thorny vines that we have down here are also semi-toxic and have nasty things on them, and the thorns will tend to break off into your flesh whenever they grab a hold of you. Being able to quickly and easily get that out, put some antibiotic ointment on it, can literally make the difference between life and death when bad times get here. I cannot stress that enough, and I don't mean to sound like I'm harping on it, but the reason it sounds like I'm harping on it is because I'm harping on it. right? Take it for what it's worth. Alright, I know y'all tired of hearing me ramble. Let's open it up. Good solid zipper. I told you the pouch is great. No issues there. So there's our roll of tape. Oh, see, I'm already happy. Ziploc baggies. It's not just everything crammed into a bag. Things are kind of compartmentalized. So this is all your Band-Aids. The regular ones, the fingertip, the knuckle. These are all Curad. They look like the cloth ones. I don't have my spectacles on, so I can't tell. But irregardless, bonus points right there for having these all separated in their own little Ziploc baggie. I like. Another thing I like, another little Ziploc baggie, and it's got the antiseptic towelettes, the antibiotic pouches, the sting relief, all your ointments and wipes, all in one pouch. Well, on one Ziploc rather. Gotta get all the air out of there before we put it back in. Somebody is actually using their noggin. Get down on the bottom of there. Somebody's using their noggin and thinking about this. Alright. We've actually got 2 sets of nitrile gloves. Now, for me personally, the gloves aren't a big deal for this kind of kit, but it's cool that they already put them in there and offer it. They're there if you need them, right? See, it looks like there's one more big bag. Yep, that's it. One more big Ziploc that's got all your larger items in it. So you've got the Splinter Outs. And in case you guys haven't seen these, I'm not going to open it up, but it's basically, some of you might be familiar with these, but it's basically like a long, thin piece of metal on the end that has a little point, like a little spear point, that's like razor blade sharp, like super razor blade sharp. That makes it very easy to cut through skin and then dig out a splinter or whatever's in there. With it being very sharp, it goes through the skin a lot easier and a lot faster, and it makes it less painful because, let's face it, it's going to hurt digging it out, especially in your hands or something because of all your nerve endings in your fingers. The quicker and easier you can get it in there and out, the better. I've done it with a dull knife tip. It ain't fun because it drags out forever, because instead of just cutting through the flesh, you're literally just trying to rip the flesh away to get to the splinter to dig it out. Much better option. I'm just saying. I ain't the most experienced guy in the world, but I've done a thing or two. So there's those. See, here's your 2 different size steri strips. Those are great. Yep, these work great if you get a really bad cut and it needs stitches, but you're not where you can put stitches in it. You need it. Roll of duct tape. If you don't know all the uses of duct tape, I suggest you go educate yourself. They are a long list, put it that way. Little rolls of stretch gauze. Think about this. You get that bad cut. It needs stitches. Use your steri strips to close it up. Smear your antibiotic ointment on it. You've got your gauze. Wrap your gauze around it to cover it up. It helps hold the steri strips in place. Keeps the wound from being exposed to further injury, further infection. You're good to go. Got a couple of those. Even better would be after you put the gauze on there, then to have some Coflex to wrap around that to cover that, but that's probably overkill, but I'm all about overkill in more ways than one. Here's your gauze pads of various sizes and the Sharpie markers in here. Yep. That's that. Okay, that's just that. Yep, so those are all in there. Not a whole lot I would change to this, guys. If you were, obviously, I'm all about always tailoring things for your own specific use and situation, right? But if you're just getting started and you need something quick, or you just don't have the desire to alter or tailor anything, this is a great kit. This is honestly one of the best that I've seen, short of putting my own together. And I'm not even going to show you what mine looks like right now, because remember how I talked about overkill? Well, I tend to go overkill. I've actually got to trim mine down a little bit, my big one that I put together, because my big one that I put together needs to have an emphasis on big one. But I'm doing a lot of work at the family retreat property. I'm doing a lot of work on my projects there, and it's already come in handy more than once, because when you're working with hand tools, power tools, construction materials, etc., things tend to happen. They just do. Life happens, as they say. So anyway, I'll put that in last. Let me, oh crud, I'll pick it up in a minute. You guys get the idea. This is a great kit. I will put a link in the description box to where you can get this at. Oops, stay in there. Put a link in the description box where you can get it at. Before anybody asks, no, I don't get a dime for showing you this. I don't get anything for showing you this. I'm just showing it to you because I like it and I'm wanting to try to help you. That seems to be a foreign concept on YouTube these days, but there it is. I asked them if they could send it to me. I'm not saying, I shouldn't even have to say this. This is irritating. I'm not even telling you guys I like it because they sent it to me, because it doesn't do me any good to tell you that I like it just because they sent it to me. There's one other thing that they did on their own that I did not ask for, and I am very humbled and grateful that they did. According to other piece of paper they tossed in, they set up a promo code, and if you use the promo code ACC, you will get 10% off the kits at refugemedical.com. Now again, I did not ask for that. They were kind enough to do it. Guys, listen. I see people griping all the time online about this business, that business, whatever, and supporting people that are good businesses and whatnot. I've told you before, don't just support businesses or good businesses. Support the ones that support you and are like you. Support the ones that have got people that think the same way you do and are doing the same things that you're doing. This is one of them. I've mentioned a bunch of others. In fact, most all the ones you ever hear me mention is because they are. I typically, even if I like something, I'm not going to talk about somebody that I don't feel like's on the same page as me. The fact that they set up that discount code that I did not ask for and was completely shocked when I read it in the paper is quite humbling, because I don't know why they would feel that it was worth their time to set that up for me and my channel. But you know what? That tells me that they know who my audience is. It's you. And they want you guys to get thrown a little bonus to help you get better prepared and better ready. I'm going to do a separate video on that, by the way. Support the people who support you. Okay? That's a big one. Alright guys, there it is. That's the Refuge Medical Boo Boo Kit. I think I'm going to start calling it, from my standpoint, because everybody loves acronyms, right? I hate acronyms. They drive me nuts. Had too much of it back in the day when Uncle Sam did it. I digress. But I'm going to start saying, because everybody loves IFAK, how about BIK, B-I-K, Basic Injury Kit. Hey, see there? That's what coffee does for you. It gives you them extra brain cells to think. So if you want a good basic injury kit, aka boo-boo kit, there you go. Hit the link in the bottom. ACC gets you 10% off. I don't get a dime, but it helps you out. So it's a win-win, right? Take care, guys. Stay safe. And I look forward to bringing you some more good stuff like this in the future. Y'all take care. Oh, by the way, quick addendum. I know most of you know how to use the contents of something like this. And even, bleeder kits, IFAK kits, trauma kits, that sort of thing. But get training. There's so many places you can get training at nowadays. Refuge Medical offers training. There's multiple other places that you can go. I might even do just a separate video on that one day, just getting a list. But get you some medical training, even if it's just a very basic level. Even if you already know how to use some of it, it never hurts, because there might be something you pick up in a training class that you didn't already know. It's always possible, right? Get trained, learn how to use the stuff right, and not always using it right, but sometimes it's about using it in the most effective manner. That can go a long way to maximizing the things that you have with you, all right? Help yourself stay alive, guys. Get prepared, get equipped, get trained, and get ready. See y'all later.